Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yvonne Princess Shabangu. If you are new here, you're welcome to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And voila, you're part of the graceful, the beautiful, and the wonderful family. And I'm back again with a different segment, right? I've been thinking, I've been thinking quite a lot. I've been pondering on this for the whole year, guys. God gave me this word in January and I've been contemplating. I've shot so many videos, deleted them, but now it's time. I have to launch. I can't keep on postponing it. So we have a new segment called In My Bag. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to take a guess what comes to your mind when you say in my bag, or when you hear a person says I'm in my bag. What comes into your mind? In 3, in 2, and 1. Obviously, in your bag is money. In your bag is something that, like, a bag is something that you store something in, right? So in this case now, this segment is going to discuss all money matters, guys. All, like debt, credit score, savings, opening bank accounts, and all of that. We are going to discuss this on In My Bag. So firstly, all of this segment is not going to be financial advice, like official and formal financial advice. I'm going to be sharing my own personal experiences. If you require the services of a financial advisor, it's imperative that you get yourself one, but this does not constitute financial advice. It's just lived out experiences and financial stories and experiences that I have been through. So because it's important that I clarify the perspective where I'm going to be sharing these things, right? Number one, I'm going to be sharing this from a perspective of being a Black female living in South Africa who is a 2-time graduate. I'm a master's in banking law graduate, and I'm also an admitted attorney, but I'm currently not practicing. I have a decent job. My 9 to 5 is decent. And am I going to tell you guys my salary? No, I'm not going to tell you guys my salary. Not that it really matters, but I don't want you going to my company saying, oh, because you pay such an amount, or I want to leave because so and so gets paid this much amount of money. But we will work with per annum of between 300,000 rand, between 300,000 rand to 400,000 rand. You can decide the calculations of what ends up the actual amount, but you do know that there's pension fund, there's a lot of things, right? So we're going to look at being a Black female earning between 300,000 to 400,000, and then we're also going to discuss some financial blunders that I've made in my life, and then also the main figures that I'm going to be open and vulnerable about is the YouTube. I have YouTube as a side hustle. YouTube pays me like what, 1,000 ever since I got monetized, like almost monthly I get like 1,000, 1,002. I haven't gotten anything more than 1,500. So basically we're going to work off saying I have an extra income of 1,100, and then we're going to use that income to rectify my money blunders, meaning we're going to use that income to actually fix some mistakes that I have made, right? So I'm 26, I'm female, I'm Black, I'm living in South Africa. I have a 9 to 5 job and a side hustle that pays me 1,100. I do not have any Black tax. I don't like the term Black tax, right? I don't want to go in deep to that, but I really don't like that term because it makes it seem like helping relatives or helping our parents or guidance is such a burden. I don't like that term, but I'm not going to invalidate people that go through it or the person that coined it. I don't have Black tax. I do stuff, I do contribute at home, but I do stuff for my parents when and the need arises. I do stuff for my siblings when the need arises, but no one is waiting for me to say, hey, you got paid, you have to send us money now, or you have to do this now. And here and there I do get support and assistance from my parents, but they haven't really given me money in a very long time. But that's that, right? So we're going to look at it from that perspective. So our circumstances may be different in that maybe some other people would get paid between 300,000 to 400,000, but they still need to contribute at home. They still need to look after their siblings. Their responsibilities are different. So we're going to speak to a person who still stays at home as well. I still stay at home. So I don't have a responsibility of paying rent. I do contribute to our rentals, but I don't have like a huge chunk where I need to pay rent. But I have made some terrible financial blunders. And so we're going to go into that. And I've realized that many people in my research, since I have a master's in banking law, I thought to myself, why not utilize it for good and try and use the data that I actually got when I was doing my research to actually educate people. It's crazy how, so my research paper was on financial inclusion, right? Using digitization to enhance financial inclusion, a comparative study between South Africa and European countries. So that was my paper. And in my paper, I realized that at least 60% of South Africans are still financially excluded. And the main causes of financial exclusion are financial illiteracy, poverty, and unemployment. So I'm going to be the one to dismantle financial illiteracy. I'm going to educate you on all the financial things that you need to know about. And then I'm also going unemployment. I'm also going to try and hence Employment Wednesdays, actually. Yeah, I'm doing my bets there. And then in terms of poverty, we're getting somewhere. We're going to start businesses and we're going to employ other people, and then we're going to try and ensure that people are catered for. So that is the perspective where this platform in my bag is going to come from. So the first thing I'm going to do here is be vulnerable with you guys. What's in my bag? In my bag, I've got a salary and I've got an additional income of 1,100 monthly, and I've got investments with Easy Equities. I started investing in the beginning of the year. That's going well so far. And I've got debt. I've got bad debt. And I recently started saving with 200 rand. I put 200 rand in my, in my 32-day notice. I literally just started. Previously, I wasn't saving, guys. I was just living my best life financially, but I realized that it does cost you. And then I also do have a joint savings account with my significant other, with my best friend. So yeah, we do have a joint savings account, but I can't even put that in my thing. I can add that to my budget because I also need to do my part or my bits, but I can't even add that joint savings to my bag. But in my bag, we've got 32-day notice account, savings account that has 200 rand in it. We've got Easy Equities that has decent amount, and then we've got debt, and we are going to discuss debt. And hence this segment, we're going to rectify my financial blunders together. And if you have the very same financial blunders, you are going to be able to actually rectify it with me as and when we do it, right? So in my bag, we have 1.1, we've got my salary, we've got investments, and then we recently started saving. Many people do not recommend saving and paying off debt. Guys, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to save while I pay off debt. And here's why. Even if I save 100 rand, 200 rand, 500 rand, it doesn't matter. I will still do that to exercise the muscle, because you can't just rock up and say, I'm saving. It's a hard thing to do. So as I pay off bad debt, I am definitely going to be saving, just to teach myself, just to enable myself to say, okay, you're going into this, right? So in my bag is going to be every first Monday of the month. We're going to have an episode every first Monday of the month, and every last Monday of the month we're going to have an episode, which means in a month we're going to have 2 episodes. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. I hope we get to learn together, and I really hope that you get the financial education you need, and I really hope it's really helpful. We're going to touch on so many things, right? So my vulnerability starts here. The first thing we're going to do is clear my debt, right? Clear my debt. And then once we clear my debt, we're going to clear it together. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to clear my debt. So because of this 1.1, so the 1.1 really, I haven't been using it on myself. I've been using half to clear debt, half to save. Literally, I just pay myself, I think from it, I pay myself 200 rand. Just a thing to say, okay, I'm working, I'm doing something. So technically 800 rand. So when I received the 1.1, I put aside 100 and something for tithe. And then after that, I have about 900 rand left. Then I pay myself 200. And then whatever is left, I split it into half. And then the half goes into the savings, the other savings, the joint savings. And then the other last month, I put in 200 into my personal savings. So that's what we're doing. So for me to be able to do this with you guys, I'm going to share with you what debt I have. So I've got a short-term loan with RCS. I got this loan, and that's the thing about not savings. You will get a loan for stupid things. and things will come up like immediately. So I got this loan sometime last year, June. It was 7,000 rand, and guys, I'm paying back 13,500. I've paid most of it. I'm left with 5,500 to pay back. So that's the first debt we're going to pay. We're going to use my YouTube income to pay it off, as well as my monthly increase. I think our monthly increases are like what? 1.5. So I'm going to use that increase, because that increase is happening now, like this month going forward. So I will act as if my increase does not exist and take that 1,500 and put it into my RCS credit, as well as some of the money that I will make from YouTube. And then I also won't neglect the initial installment. So we still put in the installment of 500. The installment is like 558, and then we'll add on that 1,500, and then we'll add on like 300 rand or so from YouTube, right? So I'm hoping to have cleared this 5 grand debt. According to them, it's saying I will be done with it, I think, next year, because yeah, I'll be done with it next year, but I'm hoping to be done with it in the next 3 months, because we're going to do 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. That makes 4,500, and then we're going to do 369. That makes 300 from YouTube. So I should be able to pay that 5.5 in that order in the next 3 months. Right now we're in the month of by the time this drops, we'll be in the month of August, right? So we're in the month of August, so I'm hoping to have paid it off by the month of October. If it happens earlier, I'll keep informing you guys. If I fumble and not pay the 1.5 over, I will also let you guys know, to say, hey guys, I haven't paid it over. I ate the money. After all, it's my money. I work hard for it. So there's RCS, and then I also have a contract devices. One was stolen and I had to continue paying it. I didn't have insurance. That's another thing we're going to discuss, the importance of having insurance in a country like South Africa. There's so much theft, there's so much robbery. You can't risk not having insurance. Even if you've had your device for a year, for 6 months, however long, it's important. If you can't insure with the cellular company, you can insure with the likes of Naked. This is not sponsored. I hope in future they'll sponsor me. You can insure your stuff with Naked, and they're always willing to insure stuff. Handbags, watches, we have so much, like smart watches are really expensive, so insure your stuff. So we are going to look at that as well. So I have 3 devices on my Vodacom contract, and so those 3 devices, right? So I'm just gonna have a look quickly, because I want to give you guys figures so that you realize that, wow, this girl guningi is a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot going on here. So so with the Vodacom, right, the first device I'm owing 8,076, and then the second device I'm owing 8,872, and then the next device I'm owing 11,440. So if you put it together, that's like 11,000, 8,000 is like 16, 17. And then that's like close to 30 grand that I owe Vodacom. So after we've paid off RCS, we're going to go into Vodacom. So what we will do, the installment that we were paying for RCS, once we've paid it off, we're going to put it into Vodacom. And then also still my increment is going to go into Vodacom, as well as the YouTube money, it's going to go into Vodacom. Once we are done with Vodacom, we are going to look at my credit card. My credit card right now is seated on 15 grand. The initial debt was 20,000 rand. And one of the reasons why I'm insisting on doing this, many of us, so this is very intertwined with Employment Wednesdays, as I try to come up with developing Employment Wednesdays, I realize that careers and money are very interconnected. They're very interlinked. You usually do the type of career you want to do dependent on your financial circumstances. So if you are likely, let's say you come from a very rich family, or you're not in debt, or you're not under pressure to look after a family, you're likely to go for something like passion. You're likely to, you're not bothered by money, especially if you don't have certain responsibilities. But if you have certain responsibility, you're sort of pushed to choosing a career that promises to pay you. So because of that, I'm going into this journey of discussing money matters, discussing financial matters, and just educating more than anything, right? So once we've done our Vodacom thing, we're gonna do go into my credit card. Like I said, my credit card was initially 20 grand, and I received my first credit card in 20, oh yes, I was 18 turning 19. Yes, that's when I got my first credit card. It was 20 grand. Guys, guess what I did with that credit card? I blew it. I got a credit card, got a brand new phone worth 15,000 rand. I had gotten a credit card for 20 grand. I bought a brand new phone, 15,000 rand. That was the worst blunder. I don't even have that phone anymore. And then after doing that, I got into a cycle of paying back the money in and eating it. So now one of my goals is paying it off and closing it off completely. So we are going to do this together here, live on screen, on camera, right? So my debt is like on 15,000 rand right now, so we're gonna try and clear it. But as I said, we start with the smallest debt, which is RCS, and then we're going to go into my Vodacom account, and then we're going to go into my credit card. So the beauty of it is I focus on RCS. I won't stop paying my installments on Vodacom. So probably by the time we start focusing on Vodacom, it will also have become less. Maybe it will be like 20 grand or so. Or by the time we start focusing on my credit card will probably be sitting on 10,000, especially if I discipline myself to say I pay it in, I'm not eating it. There's no room to pay it in and eat it, because it becomes a cycle, guys. And I regret never knowing. I mean, I guess I had to go through that so that I'm able to going through that, but I'm glad that I get to share the experience and educate everybody else. Because also what we are not told, we get so excited to go into the workplace, but half the time as a black female living in South Africa, when you start your job, you're already in debt or you already have responsibilities. Some responsibilities we can't avoid, but debt we can definitely avoid, especially bad debt. Guys, like I'm only learning now as a young adult that there's no need to go into a cell phone contract debt. It's a trap. You pay thousands and thousands that you could invest instead. There's no need for you to have a credit card unless you're trying to build your credit score, which is something that we're going to speak about. But also, there's a healthy way of doing it. So I'm going to try and rectify my mistakes and also share with you guys, because when I think about it, I had no business. In my third year, guys, I had a job. I was a tutor. I was getting paid like 5 grand, and also I had a side hustle. I was working in retail. I was also doing promotions. I had so much money, and I think that's why I qualified for that credit card. But I had no business accepting that credit card, which is like, I'm going to put a screenshot here, right? So one of the people that I bank with is this favorite bank of mine. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's also not sponsored. It's quite a good bank so far, but avoid these things. Like, you see these things of you qualify for 82,000 rand loan. Definitely you qualify. If you click there, you're going to get that money in 24 hours. But chances are, if you click there, get that money in 24 hours, and you have no sensible plans for it, or maybe starting a business, whatever, you are going to blow that money. And once you blow that money, you're going to have to pay it back with so much interest. So when you see these things, make sure that you avoid accepting. Make sure that you avoid agreeing to something that you know very well that you cannot afford, because affordability, you know, every time we qualify for things, we think we can afford them, but look at yourself 6 months in the long run. Are you able to survive? Are you able to live? So please do avoid accepting such things unless if you really need it, right? Am I missing anything? And then also because when I was doing my dissertation, right, I came across a lot of nuances in relation to money, a lot of things that actually touched my heart, how women are still paid less, how things like tax, how, you know, some people evade tax and later on you lose everything because SARS is after you. You know, I learned so much. You know, I learned how it's important to file your returns. It was filing season. You can still file your returns if you are doing it manually until 2024 October. And all of that, right? But it's very important, guys. Money, yes, we can say money is energy, money is this, money is that, but it's important to have a good relationship with money, a well-informed relationship with money. So what's in my bag will be that segment, that place where we have honest, vulnerable relationships with money, to say, I actually got a credit card, but I blew it on shopping, you know? And I actually got a credit card. I blew it on food. I blew it on dates. You know, holding ourselves accountable, and also being willing to learn the new ways and being willing to rectify the issues that we may have placed ourselves into, right? That's in my bag. Like, we're going to be in our bags. We're going to fix our credit score. We're going to fix our relationship with money. We're going to get rid of bad debt. Guys, cell phone contracts, if you guys can hear me, cell phone contracts are very bad debt. Clear that thing off. You have no business paying 3 grand for a cell phone. You have no business. And because we live in South Africa, that thing can get lost or stolen. And it's chai, my dear. And you've been paying for like 3 years. And I feel like, guys, it's honestly really a cycle and it's a trap. That's why it's important that we have relationship with money. I feel like it's a trap. Think about it. Usually some of this, for a decent amount, like for a good phone, for you to maybe pay 1,000, 1.5 for like a good phone or an in phone, right? You have to be on like a 36 months contract, which means you're gonna, and that's excluding interest. Like each year they may be interest because it's usually not fixed, right? So in the 36 months, chances are you would want to change your phone, or within 2 years you would want to change your phone, or there's going to be new releases. Then you are still going to get another contract. Then you become in this cycle where you're always paying for a cell phone contract, paying for a cell phone contract. If you can, save up for your next phone or not, if you're going to be, when you're going to be changing your phone. I think it's best that if you have some savings, start saving for your next phone. Maybe put 500 rand away or 300, so that by the time they release your type of phone, you have something, you know, you are able to say, okay, maybe in December when I get my bonus, I can just buy myself this cell phone. Because I think we have no business being on cell phone contracts. No offense, guys. There's other things that we could actually focus on. When you think about it, these cell phones these days are really expensive. They equate to almost a car, because if you're going to pay 3 grand, you could actually go get a second-hand car and pay 3,000 rand a month. I know that's not the only expense for a car, but I'm just making an example to say, like, it's illogical to be paying such an amount of money for a cell phone, you know, especially if you're going to be on a loop. So we're going to break that loop. We're going to break that cycle. And then, yeah, guys, I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy this. If you made it this far to the end of the video, what is money in your home language? You know, what is money in your home language, and what does financial stability mean to you? You know, share with us, what does financial stability mean to you? What is money in your home language? And again, also, guys, what's in your bag? What's in your bag? I've told you guys what's in my bag. I've got investments, I've got debt, I just got into savings, I'm on my way in there. And then I've got a salary, I've got an extra income of 1,100. Yeah, that's what's in my bag. What's in your bag? Don't be afraid. If you've got debt, we all in this together. Let's fix this, because one of my dreams, like, it was my birthday on Thursday, right? So one of my dreams is that at least by 30, and I know it's sometimes putting yourself under pressure, but at least by 30, I want to have fully paid off my home. I want to have a fully paid off car. I don't want to be in debt. So before I even commit to such big debt or good debt in a way, I need to clear these nitty-gritties, the useless debt, you know, the mundane debt. I need to clear that out. So we're going to do this together. I'm going to share all the experiences. And also, before I go, I'm going to also be using this. Oh, Noguhle is such a gem, guys. I really love her so much. I'm going to be using this because she has really some great tips. Get ready with me. This is a work edition. Get ready with me work edition. Is actually a guide that helps you navigate moving from university into the workplace. So many things here, so many tips. I think it goes for under 400 rand. If you need this book, you need guidance, you're a bit confused, get yourself this book. I'm mainly going to be using it for finances, like for finances. I'm really going to be using it for finances and trying to better myself, investments, and all of that. I'm going to use it for that. Please make sure that we get it, because we're also going to review it. One of the things that we're going to do in my bag, we're going to be reviewing books in relation to money. If there's some strategies and tools that are recommended, I'm going to apply them. And then once I apply them, I'm going to tell you guys if they work. You guys, we can do it together. I can come with the results. You can tell me in the comment section to say, hey, this is what's up. We tried this, it doesn't work for us. Oh, sorry. We've tried this, it doesn't work for us, and we see what we can do together. But yeah, tell me, what is money in your home language, and what's in your bag? What is money in your home language? What is in your bag? What does financial stability mean to you? I can't wait to see in the next video by the end of the month when I've actually taken the first steps to actually paying the debt for the first time. I really hope that because this will be out, so I will hold myself accountable, and I will probably share some screenshots of maybe my Vodacom account, put it up here so that we can see what we're working with, and then I'll put my RCS debt here so that we can see what we're working with. And then also next in the next video we're going to discuss requirements of opening a bank account, because also it's crazy how we still have people that get paid in an envelope, that get paid by hand, because there's this stigmas or these myths surrounding having money in your bank, charges and all of these things that impact not having a bank account. So I'm going to ensure that I share as much as I can, and I'm so excited about this, because I mean, I see Employment Wednesdays is growing and all of that. I really wish that In My Bag actually grows and does the most. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's inspiring to you, and we're gonna have a good time talking about money. Let's cultivate relationships with money. Let's do the most. I just want to see if there's anything that I'm missing. Yeah, the heart of it, it's always important to have these money chats, these money conversations, and create a relationship with money as early as possible, because it's harder when we navigate into our careers, because now we influenced by our surroundings. Everybody's buying a car, everybody's buying a house, then you end up feeling under pressure. You do that, you put yourself in wrong debt, or everybody has the latest phone and now you want the same but you can't afford it, or you don't understand the implications. So in this segment, In My Bag is going to dismantle all of that. We're going to share the stories, we're going to share how we've handled it before. If you've paid off a cell phone contract before it was due, please tell me how you did it, because I want your ways, I want your methods, right? And I know I've been saying goodbye without wasting any much of your time. Do not forget to be love and light, and what's in your bag, because in my bag it's debt, it's investments, it's savings, it's a salary, and it's a side hustle. Do not forget to be love and light, and don't forget to share this video, subscribe, share recommendations, any money matters that you've always had questions about. I'm happy to research. After all, I'm a master in banking law, and in banking law we talk so much about money and credit. Okay, see you soon. Cheers. Have a good month.